Hello, everybody, and welcome into Sports Tonight. It is December 13th.
Look at you.
Connor Hines.
Oh, my gosh.
You've trusted me with driving the ship
I'm
here.
so proud.
You know what?
Is this our first time doing Sports Night together?
We were talking about that. I think so. Isn't that crazy?
How is that possible?
I know.
How's that possible?
We cross over here often, but
The two least trustworthy people, I think, is what that is.
right. On the
what
digital
it
desk
is.
together. When the boss is away, this is who you get.
The boys will play.
On
I
Sports
like it.
Tonight. Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, bowl season is here. That's exciting.
It is. It starts Saturday here in the A. We get the bookends. We get the start and the end of bowl season here.
I like
it feels
it.
like it already started, but you're right. Here it is. It's upon us.
Yeah, so we got the Celebration Bowl. Gosh, that's tomorrow, right? And you were over there earlier today. We'll get to that in a little bit. But there's been a lot of talk about Georgia Tech this season in general. But of course, they get to this bowl game, Vanderbilt and the Birmingham Bowl, and then the question comes: well, who's going to play? Who's not going to play? And
That's every bowl game now for
every
the rest of time.
every
Thanks
bowl
to the
game.
portal.
I don't think there was ever a doubt that Haynes King was going to give it a go here, right?
He's gutsy. Like, if you want your team to embody what the head coach is, then like the quarterback at Tech and the head coach are just like lock sync. They're twin flame. They're
Right.
they're twinning them, as we would joke. Like the toughness, the grit, everything that Brent Key wants his program to be. His quarterback embodies that, and I'm with you. I never thought that there was any doubt that he would play. I was wondering if maybe he would be offered maybe a better opportunity in the offseason, but it seems like he put that to bed as well.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's hear from Haynes King talking about the Birmingham Bowl against Vanderbilt and also his future as a Yellow Jacket.
It's been really fun. Everybody's excited and ready to get out there and play Vandy. Both teams being really good this year and having a couple of upsets, I guess you would say. And it's just everybody's been excited. Get out there again, just be with the guys and on the field practicing as well. And it's been a real fun week. A lot of competition, stuff like that. And whether it's team period, one-on-one, stuff like that, it's been a lot of smiles on the field, and everybody's moving fast, and it's been a real fun week.
They announced that Tech has sold 3 times their allotment for the bowl game. I guess as a player, it's pretty nice to know that the fans are getting behind you guys now and really supporting the team.
Oh, for sure. And we love all the love and support that they have throughout this whole year, whether it was good, bad on what we were doing, and they stayed true to us, and they showed up each and every game. We were undefeated. What was it, the first time 20 years at home, 25, and it was remarkable on the atmosphere that we had each and every game at a home game, and just the love and support that they have. And they're even continuing that on the bowl game. As you said, we sold that amount of tickets, and it's pretty remarkable, and just shows that the people here at Georgia Tech care about just what this program is doing.
Go ahead, Alex.
I know you probably hadn't seen a bunch of it this year, just kind of playing, same Saturdays. But have you seen Diego Pavia play? And kind of what do you think of his playing style? I know some people kind of compare you to both tough runners, can throw the ball. Just talk. What do you think about Diego and what kind of quarterback he is?
I haven't watched too much on him, but the little that I have, like you said, you already hit on him. He's tough, physical. Just loves the game of football. That you can tell, like he plays with some passion, and he'll probably give our defense a little bit of problems just with what they do offensively. But they're a good football team, but we are too, and it's going to be a really exciting game. And what people would say is it's a little underrated game. It's going to be a real physical, good football game, and everybody's just ready to see what happens.
Was there any discussion between you and the coaches about possibly sitting this one out? I mean, you've had a tough season, shoulder hurts, banged up. Just resting for this one?
No.
And why not?
It's just who I am and what this team is about, and it starts with the quarterback. If your quarterback isn't tough, resilient, your team's not going to be tough or resilient. And that's not even in the question. If I can go, I'm going. That's just me. I love the game of football, love to compete. And, it hadn't even came up. And Coach Key knows better than to ask me. If I can go, I'm going.
I guess it'll be nice to, go over there, get that win, and put an exclamation mark on the season and set the tone for next year.
Yes, for sure. And, winning bowl games like this, having another winning season, it just kind of catapults you into the next season with a little bit of momentum, confidence, and it just creates more buzz around just the whole program itself.
Helps.
And I guess talking about, your year, being banged up, and then last time out against Georgia, real physical game, just kind of how are you feeling, physically? If this past few weeks kind of helped you kind of get a little bit, physically better?
Yeah, the past few weeks, being able to get your body back right with treatment, rehab, and all that, it's helped me a lot. And, I'm back pretty much 100% ready to go.
Anything else? Go ahead, Chad.
I'm sure you're just focused on Vanderbilt this year. Have you given any thought to next year coming back? What are you going to do after the season?
Yeah, I'll probably come back. Nothing's always official nowadays, but yeah, I haven't thought about leaving, haven't thought about this or that. Like, the people that we have in this building, it's rare, and I value relationships with people, and the direction that this program is going, it's by far you can't put a digit or a number on it, and I'm probably going to be here next year. Love this team, love the coaching staff, what they've done, and I'm not one to go back on my word either.
Anything else? Alex?
I guess you talked about, how in the program, how much it means to the fans here. Just how much does it mean to you to kind of be a part of the last 2 years, back-to-back bowl games? I think it's the first time in 10 years. Just how much pride do y'all take in that to kind of get this program back on track?
We take a lot of pride, and it starts from the top with Coach Key, with how passionate he is just about the game of football and what he's trying to do with this program. And people see it, whether it's in practice, whether it's in meetings, on game days, and with what he does, it just allows us to have a lot of fun while playing disciplined football. And you don't get that at a lot of places as well, because some people can't say you can't have fun while being disciplined, stuff like that. But he allows us to do that, and the way that he starts it and built this program from the ground up allows us to do that. And at the end of the day, you're playing the game of football, the game that you love, game that you grew up loving and wanting to play. And why not have fun, while still executing and having fun?
Anything else? All right.
All right, there he is, Haynes King, talking about his future. He's going to run it back. Who you got, Georgia Tech, Vandy?
Are you? I'll take Tech. They have more to play for. They're more motivated.
I agree.
Usually, what the bowl games come down to, who's more motivated to win it? I'll say Tech.
I agree. It's going to be fun out there. December 27th in
This is you,
Birmingham, Alabama. I'll be there, baby.
Hey.
I'll be there, flying solo.
You'll have fun. Don't have too much fun.
I think so. I think it'll be a good time in Birmingham. Never been.
Never?
I've never been to Alabama, dude.
First time going to Alabama?
How about that?
It's so close. It's right there.
I know. You go to Carrollton High School, you're like 10 minutes from the state line, but that's as far as I've been. So it'll be fun. Let's switch gears a little
Sure.
bit. The NBA Cup and the Hawks are still in it. Semifinals. The Hawks are
Some
going
of y'all
to
didn't
Vegas,
believe,
baby.
man. Some
Some
of y'all
of-
didn't believe. I
I
don't
would
want to
say
name.
most.
I don't want to name names.
I would say
don't,
most.
Don't put that on me. I had some faith. They've been playing well as of late. They've won 7 of their last 8, and really, outside of that, I mean, the reason why they lost to the Nuggets, they weren't fully healthy. Jalen Johnson didn't play, and I don't think they're going to win a lot of games this year if Jalen Johnson doesn't play. We're going to hear from Trae Young here in a moment. When he distributes more than he shoots, Connor, they are a more efficient team. When everybody touches the ball, when it's not just a Trae show and the Traeettes, the Hawks are a good team, especially young. Especially a young team, not Trae Young.
It's funny.
No
I
pun
went.
intended.
I went to a game like the second week of the season, and my buddy was like, "Gosh, Trae Young's like scored like 6 points, but then you look, yeah, he's got like 15 assists, and the Hawks are winning." And it's one of those things where if that's gonna be the way for this team to win games, which it clearly looks like. I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, you're right. When Trae can assist the ball and My one thing.
All right, let's hear it.
Is what do you do when Jalen's not on the floor? Like it seems kind of one track minded right now, right?
Bogey's got to make his shots. Their second unit has really been buoyed by DeAndre Hunter. He's taken the next step. And they've got arguments for Jalen Johnson to be most improved player. They've got arguments for Dyson Daniels to be most improved player. They've got arguments for who were we just talking about? They've got arguments for 3 different players to be most improved player. Let's hear from Trae Young ahead of this matchup against Milwaukee in the NBA Cup semifinals.
We're just taking it day by day, even though early on in the season we may have had some struggles and some bumps in the road and some guys out. We stuck with the process and focus on each day. And I feel like this cup we've shown we've done the same thing and not look too far ahead and just focus on the next opponent.
All right, so here's another reason why I think, and I'm just going to go all in with the take here, Connor.
Come on.
I think the Hawks are going to win the NBA Cup. I think it's going to be them and the Oklahoma City Thunder. I can see you just nodding your head. I can't believe you just said that. Look, there's only 2 games left in this darn thing.
Yeah.
The Hawks I see are, of the teams remaining, I think Milwaukee is the least motivated team to win it all. They're trying to play for the actual thing, the full trophy. For the Hawks, this is an opportunity to claim some hardware. For Quinn Snyder, who
and Cash
really hasn't done it. Yes, and Cash, which is a young team who has a lot of motivations outside of basketball. For Quinn Snyder, look, you haven't really won anything in the NBA. You've had a lot of good teams who have had regular season success, but this is your chance to say, hey, we've got the young guys, we've got the horses, they're motivated to win it, the dollar figures are there, they're playing well currently. You could argue that they're playing the best of any of the remaining teams still in the pool.
without a doubt.
Houston, OKC, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. I think they handle business against Milwaukee, and if you're in the game, you can win it.
Do the Bucks figure anything out given that game Atlanta just played in Milwaukee 1 or 2 weeks ago, though? I mean, Hawks kind of walked in there and ate their lunch. I mean, is it going to be a different look when you see Milwaukee so soon again? I don't know.
It's a good question. I think for Atlanta, and this is probably the same coach speak that they would give you in this moment. I hate to regurgitate this on our platform, but it's all about the one opponent that's playing in front of you at that point in time.
Quinn.
You can't look back in the rear view. We're not looking through the rear view. We're looking through the front windshield,
right.
Connor.
That's right.
And as far as I'm concerned, when the Hawks play their best ball, Trae Young, 9 assists, 0 turnovers in that second half in Madison Square Garden. I need him to bottle up whatever he summons when he goes into MSG. Bottle that up for these next 2 games. I don't care about the rest of the way. I'm not expecting them to win it all. I don't. What's the name of the NBA trophy? It's not Lombardi. Larry O'Brien.
Larry O'Brien.
They're not winning the Larry O'Brien.
Okay.
They're not even really going to factor into the top 4. But they're in the top 4 right now.
Isn't that insane to even think about? But, I mean, look, we've talked so much about how the NBA Cup is kind of like a failed approach at getting people interested. Here we are interested
I'm bought in
December.
It didn't fail for me
because I mean there are so many things that can change obviously over the course of a long NBA season, but I mean it does feel like Atlanta's kind of figured something out, and they happen to be figuring it out during NBA Cup time. So.
And there was so much whining about, the Hawks aren't in the prime time slots enough, and when is the national
broadcasting?
When is the national media going to pay attention to Trae Young and these Hawks teams?
Right
this
now.
is an opportunity to grab it. Don't let anybody else have to give it to you.
100%.
Make them talk about you. You know when I turned on all of the primetime shows after the MSG game? They were
NBA
all
Cup.
talking about it. They were all talking about it. They were all talking about Trae Young rolling the dice.
Because it's on their air.
This is an opportunity to earn some of that respect. Don't keep whining and asking, when are people going to talk about us? When are we going to be talking? Earn it.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, and I don't think they don't have a chance of winning this thing. It's just the timing of playing Milwaukee so soon after the Bucks don't lose like they did, to Atlanta a couple weeks ago at home. So we'll see. It's neutral site in Vegas, right?
It is, and maybe that plays into the Hawks' benefit because they're used to playing at just still and dull environments for at least half of their schedule.
Call them out.
But
Call them out.
This is a Hawks team. I want to give them credit. They've beaten Boston. They've beaten Cleveland twice. They've beaten Milwaukee before. Like, they've beaten some of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Yeah. They just went into MSG and beat the Knicks on their floor with stakes. So I'm done trying to understand this Hawks team, Connor. They are an enigma to me, and I'm just going to ride the wave as long as possible. It's like Vegas, when you're in Vegas and you're on the roulette table.
Roll the dice.
Sometimes when there's a red number, just keep it. You just got to ride the wave. I'm just riding the wave right now.
I love it, man. We'll see. I love your vote of confidence. So we got Hawks and Bucks in the NBA Cup semifinals in Vegas, and then
Houston, OKC on the other side. Who do you like out of those two?
OKC, right?
They're the best team in the NBA right now.
They've got to be.
They're the best team.
I mean, we said that about Cleveland, and then we saw what the Hawks did to the Cavs. So we'll see. Maybe the Hawks can do the same thing to the Thunder.
Look at all these young teams in it too, like OKC, Houston, Atlanta. Like maybe that's the path to getting this thing relevant and getting your interest in it. Is like, the established, the old guard, they go for the Larry O'Brien. They go for that. The new school, this is like the Rising Stars Challenge here in the early part of the NBA season.
Sure, we'll go with that. Hawks are playing good ball, and we love that for content. All right, so as we said, bowl season kicking off. We hit on Georgia Tech and the Birmingham Bowl. The Celebration Bowl is tomorrow. That's officially kicking off bowl season. Aaron, you are going to be in the building for that one. Whenever the champ of it's MEAC and SWAC get together, it is pronounced MEAC, correct?
Correct. Yep. You're right.
Okay.
Yep.
Whenever those champs get together, I mean, the Celebration Bowl is always delivers in some way, and it's not going to be any different this year. South Carolina State, my goodness. They're back again. Feels like Mercedes-Benz is like their second home stadium at this point. How many years they've been in the Celebration Bowl? It feels like.
It's a great question, but they talked about putting it up as kind of this is our goal ahead of every training camp. This is Mercedes-Benz is the goal. This is the HBCU National Championship game, bragging rights and beyond between the MEAC and the SWAC. I believe this is 1 versus 2 as well, with Jackson State being 11-2, South Carolina State being 9-2 coming into this one. I mean, you just saw the excitement, just very generally, the excitement on the guy's face to be playing in the bins.
Yeah,
that's just such a cool experience.
Yeah. I'm always curious when the Celebration Bowl rolls around because, I covered Fort Valley State for 3 years down in South Georgia, and those HBCU atmospheres are unmatched. Like HBCU football is like the most fun you're going to have at a college football game. I'm always curious to see how that vibe translates to a stadium that's so big, like the Benz.
It's like an airport hangar in
there.
Yeah,
exactly. And I mean, we feel that way with like high school football. Like they can it's just it's a massive place. But the first Celebration Bowl I went to, I was like, my God, they've done it again. They packed the place, and it's a great atmosphere. So. So you were over there today, opening sort of pregame press conference. Is that right?
Yes, there's been a lot of lead up to this big bowl game. Not only the HBCU championship, but as you mentioned, the kickoff to bowl season. And we're going to hear some sound here from Chinnisberry. He's the head coach at South Carolina State. Of course, my voice is going to act up right in this moment. A cool moment for him because he was an assistant coach at Morris Brown College here in Atlanta for 1 season, bombed out. It was an instant failure in his first coaching opportunity in college football. And he talks a little bit, not in this clip, but just generally about what this moment will be like, full circle for his team and him to get the opportunity to come back here and become champions. Let's hear from Chinnisberry here.
Well, it's a big game for us because it's the next game. We don't look at any game like, oh, it's a big game. It's a big game because guess what? We got to go line up and go play the next one. And that's the kind of mindset I have with our young men. I don't want them to look at this game like, whoa. Guess what? The field, we practiced yesterday at Lakewood Stadium. It's a high school kind of city stadium, all right? That field is 100-yard long, 53 1/3 wide. The one we practice at every day at Oliver C. Dawson Stadium, it's 100-yard long, 53 1/3 wide. Well, when we go in this Mercedes-Benz here in a minute, it's 100-yard long, 53 1/3 wide. It's ball. So, but we're excited to be in Atlanta, man. It's the A, man. It's exciting. And when you talk about HBCU football, you talk about HBCUs in general, it's so many different alums from different HBCUs across America. They live right here in the metropolitan area. So it's not only great for the two institutions that will be participating, South Carolina State University, because Bulldog Nation will be in the building. You best believe that. And I'm sure Jackson State going to bring a few fans. I'm sure. They'll be out there. Exciting. But the whole entire just melting pot of HBCUs right here in Atlanta, great place, great venue. You're talking about the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, man. It's a great stadium. Excited about it all. But again, at the end of the day, like I say, it's 100-yard long, 53 in the third wide, and our young men don't ever get caught up in the moment. The moment's never too big for our guys. We just got to lock in for 60 minutes on the team that we're getting ready to play. They're going to throw 11 guys out there. Whether somebody's going to kick off. Either our team's going to kick off or their team's going to kick off. First play of the game, get a chance to set the tone, and then you're going to get 60 minutes to see and let the chips fall where they may. Well, you know, like you say, two great teams, two great programs. I mean, at the end of the day, you look around, there's only two standing. I told our team that the other day. It's the reason why we're both here. All right, we earned the right to be here. And, you know, when you look at both football teams, obviously they did some good things to get here, and we did some good things to get here. But all in all, you know, we're going to get 60 minutes to go play this game. But when you look at Jackson State, they got a good football team. Coach T.C. Taylor does a good job with those guys. He's got them motivated, got them playing at a high level. And we respect all opponents. We really do. But we fear absolutely none. And we're excited about the opportunity. They're number one. You know, we used to be in the underdog. That's okay. We like that, you know. But they're number one right now. I think they got us at number 2. That's okay, but we're going to find out. That ball going to kick off at about 12:06. I think that's about what time it's going to kick off, and we're going to find out in about 60 minutes who the champion will be.
Man.
Well, I'm fired up.
not a man who finds himself at a loss for words very often.
That's insane. I thought it was a big deal when Primetime came in and when he was the coach of Jackson State and came to this game.
Yeah.
I mean,
HBCU ball has no lack of personality.
That's well said. That's well said.
No lack of personality. Dion did not take that all with him. I'm excited for this game. This will be my first Celebration Bowl. My mom went to an HBCU, so
Okay.
she goes every year just as a fan and a celebration of HBCU football, which was really another big part of this game. Like, yes, the two teams are playing for bragging rights, but Atlanta is such a hub for HBCU education and just support and really just school pride, and this will be a big celebration.
How about the season that Clark Atlanta had, man?
Man, I hope that they get their flowers as well. Obviously, it didn't end the way they wanted to, losing to Miles College and that, but so much to be proud of and successful for here in Atlanta.
No doubt. So Celebration Bowl tomorrow, noon, right?
Noon, 12:06, according to Chinnisberry. He knows exactly. He said, he knows exactly what time. And his players kind of emulated that energy too. Have you ever had a coach like that just gives you? He's an energy giver. Just always.
I mean, God bless him. He never won games, but Tom Allen at Indiana was just a ball of energy. And holy smokes! I mean, you wanted to run through a brick wall after filming the guy for 2 minutes. So. That's football.
It's true. It's two sides to that coin. You can be like the fired up coach guy, but once the results don't start going, it's like that kind of falls flat.
You gotta back it up. And what I just said is exactly what everyone said when Indiana fired Tom Allen. They were like, "Love the guy, great guy, great guy. Need a new coach." So
yeah, you can lose the locker room quickly. I want to get your thoughts on your Hoosiers and where they sit in the playoff and what's on our mind. But first, we have our question of the week. This is a Friday staple. Usually, Ellie Parker is here to deliver this question of the week, but
what you got?
Instead, it's me. This is a very generic one, and I'm mad that I gave you a heads up on this one, man. I should have gave you a little bit more time to think.
No.
I should have had you think on there. So think out loud with this one.
Okay.
If you could have one superpower, Connor Hines, what would it be and why?
I feel like time travel is an easy answer.
See how quickly he had that prepared, y'all. It was just.
I'm sorry. I didn't think much about it.
Time travel. Are you traveling ahead of time or back in time?
I think traveling ahead of time is scary, right? I don't want to do that.
I mean, back in time,
Back in time's kind of scary too.
Look, man, I don't know about you, but
back in time's kind of scary too. Yeah, I feel like I'd like to just see how it is, right? Just see how it is in other places, and then be able to come right back. I think that's.
You know, there's a lot of movies that cover this topic, and there's like a weird thing with the space-time continuum.
I
and,
know.
You know, decisions that you make here might impact things in the future.
I rewatched Interstellar recently, and maybe that's why I've got that on the mind. I do not understand the ending of that movie. I don't think you're supposed to, but I guess time travel. What about you? I don't know.
Time travel was a good one. You took a big one off the board. For me, it would be like a convenience thing. So like flight is something that I've always wanted.
Okay, that is convenient.
But I don't want to actually fly, so I kind of just want to teleport.
You don't want to have wings.
I don't want to I don't want to deal with stuff in the sky if I'm flying through, or like I have to ground to be refueled or anything. The technicality is that. So I just want to teleport, essentially. I want to be able to snap my fingers and say, you know what?
Save a lot of money.
Point A to point B, especially here in the A. You know how the traffic is. I think teleportation, strength would also be cool, but now we're just getting into like the whole ego.
Look at me.
Am I just getting strength?
My superpower.
Impress other people. Like the teleportation purely is for.
I like that.
Yeah,
convenience.
That's for convenience, and
especially in Atlanta. I like that. Yeah, now I'm just picturing you like actually flying around with wings. Maybe we'll get flying cars one day.
That would be gross. Yeah.
Flying
cars?
How would you maintain your wings? That would be tough. No, thank you.
Wing maintenance. So you got to go to the doctor. You know, doctor
right.
gives you like a wing checkup, annual wing checkup.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be long here in Atlanta also before somebody puts those wings into a fryer. And you get like lemon pepper. You get like
they're gonna find you down at JR Crickets, man.
You get a lemon pepper human wing, flats only.
That was good.
Of course.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well done. Aaron, a lot going on in the world of sports.
Okay.
What is on your mind?
No, you're first.
Oh,
you're
that,
first.
I thought I'd dish it.
You're ditching it?
I said I thought I'd dish it out to you.
I need some more time to come up with what's on my mind.
Man, the Indiana Hoosiers. Bailey and I talked about it earlier this week, man. I really want Indiana to believe that they have a chance against Notre Dame on the road in the first round of the college football
matchup. That's a good matchup.
I don't think we stand a chance, man.
No chance.
Prime time on the road, in-state game. I don't think Notre Dame's going to give up their tickets to a lot of Indiana fans. I don't know. We've played nobody.
Wow, you are just leaking confidence. A week ago, you were a big dog. You were in here talking about we made the playoffs.
That was before we got screwed with a road game. No, I'm kidding. We do not deserve a home game. We've played nobody.
What's the line? What's the spread?
We'll see. I want to say it's like 8.5, but
that's very doable. He's got no faith. I will take the upset picks this entire pod if necessary. I'll take the Hawks, and I'll take the Hoosiers here on ANF Sports Tonight. What's on my mind? NFL legend Randy Moss just gave his cancer diagnosis. We're thinking of him. He's always offered so much insight. His name is a literal verb in the sport.
Yeah.
I remember playing pickup football or throw him up, bust him up in the backyard and saying, you got mossed. And even just like to what we do, sports media, I think he offers a different voice. I think he offers a different breath. And I've always been a fan of just his work and
I mean,
what kind of athlete he was.
I mean, talk about like committing to your I mean, that dude was on TV last week. I mean, he has only just now had to step away because, you know, he needs to receive treatment. But, I mean, warrior, man. I mean, insane.
Yeah,
So,
if you haven't seen his 30 for 30, I highly recommend it. The
30
for 30 did on him because his high school and college career isn't talked about a lot, but just as legendary. I suggest that as well. We're thinking of you, Randy Moss.
No doubt. Well said. We are out of time on this Sports Tonight. That's going to do it. Aaron Ladd, Colin Hines. Go Hawks, I guess.
What happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas.
Have a good night, everybody.